Hi, my name is Dee Dee Weiman, and I'm the assistant softball coach at Cal State Fullerton. I work with the pitchers and catchers there. I also on the side work with young softball athletes, and I wanted to bring you a video today that specified working with a younger pitcher. Today I have with me three pitchers that are three different ages that I thought would be a great example for the parents out there that are watching this video. I have a 10-year-old. Our 10-year-old here is Andy. I have an 11-year-old, which is Becca, and a 12-year-old, which is Jenna. The three pitchers that you will see in this video today will be great examples of the drills that I use in day-to-day practice that come together to work on the young female athlete. As I stated before, my goal with this video is to really show you the drills that I use with the younger girls, show you the actual girls throwing the ball and talk about some of their idiosyncrasies and some of the things that we work on, show you how to create a routine for your young pitcher and how to set up a workout with your young pitcher. As I said, there are three models that are going to be behind me that will be showing you the drills, and I also wanted to introduce to you the weighted ball, which I think is a great tool for your young pitcher. What I like really about this ball is the fact that we have the two colors so you can show rotation, and I think the younger your kids are understanding what the rotation is supposed to be like and not supposed to be like, the more they're going to understand what their hand is doing at release and understand how to make corrections as young pitchers. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to walk through and show you each pitcher, and we're going to see them doing the first drill that I like to do. The first drill is what I call the Jenna drill, and Jenna is one of the pitchers that will be in the video. What it does is just really work on warming up your wrist snap. So we do about 20-25 of these drills to warm up the wrist snap with a weighted ball. So what Becca here is doing is just working with her hips open. She's got her feet on what I call the power line, which is the line she's going to draw right from her back toe straight through to the catcher. The power line gives us direction on where we want to throw to the catcher, and it keeps our toes on track, making sure our hips are open. Okay? She's doing a nice swing back, and we're going to stay nice and tight in by her hip, brush with our forearm, give us a good snap, and shorten up right here on our finish. I do like the kids to have a nice short snap here, and then the follow through is going to be something that's a little bit more natural, but up in front of your face with your forearm. Good. Okay, we're going to add in the leg drag. This first drill, we're just doing a little bit of a step and working on mostly just the snap at the hip. Okay, so our second pitcher here is Jenna, the founder of this drill. She and I and her mother kind of created this drill together, so I think it's fun for her to be demonstrating this drill for you guys. Basically, you can see her rotation is really good on the ball. As she's at the back of her swing, you can see the palm of her hand facing out towards the outfield. She's got her wrist bent back. She's going to come in here, brush, short snap, and then the follow through comes a little bit more naturally. It's really important that they get nice and tight on their snaps down here at their hip so they can feel the ball peeling off their fingertips. Okay, one thing that you want to pay attention to while we're doing this drill is that their swing is out kind of off of their right ear. A lot of kids like to swing the ball behind their body, which causes their hip to come through too soon. So we want to keep the hips open all the way, and when I mean open, I'm like a door. I'm open to my catcher, and this is closed to my catcher. So hips are open, and we're going to work swing back, coming through an open hip. Just a nice little step working on that. We have Andy here as the third pitcher. You want to be really aware of that your arms are equally swinging in this drill as well. You don't want your pitcher to get off balance. There you go. Good, Andy. Nice scoop. Okay, so as you can tell, some of the rotation on the pitches are a little off, so what you really want to continue to work on is getting that middle finger peeling off the line and getting a nice rotation, blue side of the ball on one, white side of the ball on other. If we see jumbled rotation, a lot of time that tells us what our hand is doing at the bottom with the snap. You want to make sure that the palm is coming out and you're really feeling the snap coming off, especially the pointer and the middle finger evenly. A lot of young pitchers will do what I call a bullet spin or a twist, or they come over the top and you lose a lot of speed there. So we really want to make sure we break down the fundamental mechanics to make sure we have good snap and nice clean rotation through the zone. There you go, back. Good, Andy. The second drill I want to show you is what I call the Jenna drill with a drag. We're just going to take it to the next level where they're actually going to step on their power line, and we're going to work on the back drag leg. And I think not enough pitching coaches spend time working on what that back leg is doing. We're going to talk a little bit about weight shift now and using your legs a little bit more in your pitch. As I stated before, we use the power line, and I really wanted to have one of my young ladies demonstrate what it is to show the power line, to create one for yourself, and how important it is. So I've chosen Jenna, my middle pitcher. She's going to show you exactly how she creates her power line. So what she's going to do is she's going to draw a line that's going to be straight to where her catcher is, and then she's going to also draw a line here at the back, and it's going to show her exactly where she wants to place that back toe, which would be, see, here would be this would be our back line. Okay, and our straight line's going to go here, and she's going to put her toe right here so that as she's doing the drill, she can take a step and drag. Okay, so the way I like to start this drill is you're going to grip the ball on the C, middle finger is in the middle of the stripe here, firmly in your fingertips but not in the palm of your hand, thumbs on the bottom, and you have to really watch your young pitchers because they have smaller hands. It may be hard for them to spread their fingers out. You may get the thumb on the side, which can end up being more like a claw, so you want to make sure you try to get that thumb on the bottom. Okay, they're going to start with, if you guys can all start with your arms forward, swing back, step, and drag. Now the drag is really important, like I said. The drag is going to bring your backside forward, and it's going to help you shift your weight into this front side. Okay, the front side is going to be your resistance side, and you want to drive the backside into the front side. Okay, and almost drive into this toe and getting up into the toe. You have to be really careful that your young pitcher doesn't lift up too soon or shorten their arm. You want to stay nice and long, snap, and drag. Okay, you really want to make sure that your pitcher stays tight in here, and we finish with our pointer finger up towards where our belly button is. So we want to here, nice short snap, drag, and then we're going to let our arms come up naturally on our finish. Okay, getting the 12-to-6 rotation, top to bottom, and showing the right rotation on the ball. Our drag also is going to come right out from our mound, almost like a slash. So we're going to try to feel almost knee to knee with our leg. Okay, it's a slight tap. You don't want to get the foot too far in front. It's just going to be here and flick the dirt. If you have pitchers that can understand that, have them just work like I'm doing without even throwing the ball and getting the feeling of pushing your weight into that front side and just dragging here. Eventually we're going to work the drag, the pivot, and the plant, but for now we really just want to reinforce them feeling, staying open and driving this back side into this front side and getting the snap going at the same time so we can feel this all driving into the solid front side. I'm going to demonstrate Andy really quickly. I'm going to show you, and this is a great thing about getting a chance to watch these girls throw because they all have things that they're working on from time to time. Andy's a very, very talented pitcher. Go ahead and demonstrate the drill. Okay, Andy from time to time will get her hand not going straight towards her catcher and keeping that nice tight line. Sometimes we lift up a little bit, which causes the ball to kind of rotate down and in towards her catcher's foot. So we're going to watch Andy throw this and then we'll make the correction. Okay, so try to let the hand come more out in front towards your dad. Okay. Better. Good. Great correction by Andy. where you get the arm out a little bit more in front instead of lifting up short right here. You don't want to throw the arm with, you don't want to throw the ball with the bicep muscle. You want to throw with your forearm, your wrist snap, and your fingertips. Okay, let the arm get in here to snap, not lift up. Good, Andy, nice job. Okay, so really important that you let your pitchers know your shoulder is just a hinge. We don't want to throw the ball with your shoulder or your bicep. You want to let the arm swing through loosely and get the snap as you're pinching in tight to your side. Okay, let's look at Jenna, our second pitcher. Good job, Annie. Okay. Same thing, Jenna sometimes lets the pinky slide in a little bit, so we want to make sure she gets the palm a little tighter in by her belly button, getting straight to her catcher. Good. 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 And you want to make sure you watch your front left shoulder. A lot of young girls want to turn their upper body open too soon. So you want to keep the shoulder closed until you get your snap. So snap and then rotate the upper body open. Okay. So you want to work on upper body timing and lower body timing as well with this drill. We want to work on this swing, which keeps our arm loose. And we're going to work on this front leg planting down as our arms are even. So here, plant, snap. Here, plant, snap. And that way we're timing our legs and our arms together. Let's come on over here to Becca. Good job, Jenna. There we go. Nice rotation. Okay. Good. Stand up tall with your shoulders. Good. Let's try just to hold here without rotating through. Good. Get the rotation. If you have your pitcher, as long as she gets to here, if she really feels like she needs to turn a little bit to finish, that's fine, but you really want to make sure you see her get to the point where she drags and gets into that front side. Becca, one thing that we work on a lot with Becca is getting her drag being a little longer at the back, because sometimes she gets kind of short and brings the right hip through. You have to be careful. You really want to get arm through here, drag, and then turn the hip. We'll watch one more from Becca. Before I go on to the next drill, what I wanted to touch on is the weighted ball. You don't want to throw the weighted ball too much, and I'm not really comfortable telling you to throw the weighted ball, 100% with your arm circle all the way around. I like to use these drills in short amount at the beginning of your workout to get the girls warm and work on the wrist snap and the forearm strength and the finger strength. So I want to say it may look like they're throwing extra balls here because we're trying to demonstrate to you the drill, but I want to make sure you pay attention to your young pitcher, and really with each drill try to throw not more than 15 or so of the weighted ball, and you're probably only going to do it for the first 3 drills that we're going to show. So that I've already shown you 2, and this last drill you can use the weighted ball with, and then we'd move on to the regular ball, and you'll see that in my video. Also, by doing these drills, we're creating a routine with your pitcher, and routines are incredibly important for your pitcher. Your pitcher mentally wants to feel like when they get to practice, they have a goal and they know what they need to do to get loose. And when they get to games, they want to do a very similar routine that they do in practice, but probably a little bit more shortened version of it, okay? So what you may do is have your pitcher try all of these drills and pick 3 or so, 2, 3, or 4 of these drills that they really like to get themselves loose, that will specifically focus on whatever their problem is or whatever they need to get their legs going or the timing, and then turn that into their routine before they throw full out on the mound fastballs, okay? So we're going to go through all the drills, and it's really my best suggestion for you to pick 3 of them, 3 or 4 that are going to be best for your pitcher. The drill we're doing with Jenna right now is what I call walk into pivot drill. What a lot of young girls don't do is get pivoted on their back leg. So what Jenna's going to do with the weighted ball in this last weighted ball drill is walk into her power line with her front foot turned and work the pivot to get into the right position as we would do in a pitch. Okay? Okay, so what you really want to look for, and Jenna could do a little bit better job at this, is getting up on this toe so we can drive out towards our catcher. Okay? There we go. Good. Which is an easier way for her to transfer her weight from this back leg to this front leg. Okay? Some people call it the leap. I wouldn't necessarily call it a leap. I like to call it the long stride. You are leaping forward, but you have to make sure that this back toe stays on the ground. So you're going to leap and then drag into the front side. And you really just want to get your young pitcher using their legs, which is crucially important. And I'll show you some more leg drills as we move on through the video that I use with cones, which I think are very effective for young pitchers. Too many young pitchers take very short strides and they don't really get this front leg up, and so I think some of these drills will reinforce using the legs a little bit more. Good job, Jenna. One more. The next drill I want to show you is more of a troubleshooting drill, so this may not be something you want to specifically do with your pitcher, but I see a lot of young girls, this front side breaks down as we're trying to snap through our pitch. It's just similar to hitting or the overhand throw. You've got to have this solid front side as your resistance. So Jenna's going to demonstrate with the weighted ball and a half swing a good way to work on really feeling yourself drive through this solid front side. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to have your legs spread out a little bit further than normal and stiff front side and knee bent, weight on the back leg, and she's going to drive into the front side. It really forces her to push the back side weight into the front side, and it's a very aggressive drill. You can do it with a half swing like we're doing now, and you want to try to keep your front foot down. You can pick it up a little bit. So you want to try to keep your front foot down. You can pick it up just a little bit, or you can do it with a full swing. You can do it either way. Okay, if you're going to do it with a full swing, make sure you're loose all the way around and you really feel acceleration just at the bottom while you try it with a full swing. Okay, try to feel your upper body weight back as you're doing this as well. Good. Can you feel that? That's kind of tough back through here.
It's hard to get through.
Yeah. Good. The next drill is our transition drill to the regular ball. The real goal of this next drill is to get your pitchers going all the way around with the regular ball and also have them time their lower body and their upper body. Get them stepping on their power line, see their front toe planting at a little bit sharper than a 45-degree angle and putting together the drag and everything. They're going to be shorter, about half distance from the mound to their catcher, and still drawing the power line. You're going to notice when they make the transition to the regular ball, the ball may go everywhere. Make sure you reassure them that they need to throw the ball as hard as possible, finding their release point in by their side. It's really important to keep that short snap. If they do that, they'll be fine. Okay? What you really want to do is, if they're having trouble with this drill, they can start it kind of slow so they can get the feel of it, but you always want to push them to throw as hard as they can in these drills. That way they're going to get the whip of the arm, meaning set it up and whip it through at the bottom, and they're going to sometimes smooth out some bad mechanical stuff if they throw it hard. Okay? So you're going to notice that the three of them look slightly different doing this drill based on their size, but I think they're a good viewpoint of how they manifest this drill differently with different sizes. Okay, a lot of girls really like this drill. This is one of the more popular warm-up drills here that they're doing. Good, back. A little bit more snap. Nice, Andy. What I really like is I really want to show Andy doing this drill. She does a great job of driving her weight into the front side and popping up. Okay. Excellent. coming through all the way on your snap. You're kind of losing it a little bit. Good, Andy. Excellent. Okay, one other thing that you can add to this drill, which I really like, is the cone. The addition of the cone gives you two things, and you can place it two different ways. You can put the cone slightly in front of the mound, probably 2.5, 3 steps, so that the girls can be reminded to get their legs up. You want to get the leg up and drive it out, or you can take it a little further so they can have a long stride. Like I said, most girls don't stride far enough. So what it does is it really gets their legs involved in the pitch, as you can watch. Good. One more. Good, back. Good, Andy. Nice. Okay. So you can see I really like the cone to be used in a lot of the drills. It's a very effective way, like I said, either to get their front leg up or to get it stretched out longer. If you have a young pitcher, let me tell you, troubleshooting really quickly. If you have a young pitcher that has trouble stepping to the left, a lot of times off the power line, you'll see them as they try to drive their weight into the front leg, they will fall hard to the right. Then you want to put a cone to the left of their front leg, and I will show you that to make sure that they are staying straight on the power line. And you'll see a lot of times they're all of a sudden standing up taller because you want to see them nice and tall. We don't want to see their weight forward or bent at the waist. You want to see straight step, standing up tall, arm tucks down in here by the hip, okay? Or you'll see kids that do such a short kick that they push their weight forward. You want to make sure if they do that, you do that leg back drill and you have them bring that back leg all the way in to where they can stand up straight. Those are two troubleshooting spots, okay? So let me show you as if Becca was stepping to the left where we would put the cone. So we have Becca here. She does not have this problem, but let's say that Becca's power line is running straight to her catcher and she's stepping way out here over to the left. What I like to do is put a cone down here, force her to try to get across, or you can put a glove, whatever's more comfortable, and force her to get her step going straight on her power line and get her to stand up nice and tall. No bending ever at the waist and no hunching over with the shoulders, chin up, shoulder on your catcher. The next drill is going to be a real power drill. They're going to be working on starting with their arms forward. They're going to drag this back leg up into a tuck, up and over the cone, staying sideways, working on a good drag. Okay, we're going to do it at 3 different locations. We do it starting at the mound, about 5 to 10. We're going to do it at a second location here, over the cone, 5 to 10, and then we're going to do it at a further distance back here. And when we do it further distance, you're still trying to throw it hard like a strike and even, not loopy, because there is a distance drill that's loopy, and we will show you that later. Okay, so this is going to be just a power driving drill. You're going to get your leg up, and you can do both arms on one side or split the arms and then driving up on that toe towards your catcher. Okay. You guys, while you're doing this, make sure you bring the front leg up, okay? Yeah, come back. We're going to do the sideways driving drill. Andy, bring that front leg up, okay? There we go. Good. Good, there we go. There you got it. Okay, go ahead and move on to the second distance. Okay, so this is a really aggressive drill. Needs to be more like a fastball. There we go. Good, like a fastball, Jenna. So really quick through the bottom. Good, there we go. As you can tell, Becca and Jenna throw at 40 feet, so they're going to be a little bit further back. For Andy, who throws at 35, she's going to be, that's her longest one, so the younger girls are not going to be as long. Basically, you do your first set of these from the mound with your power line, and then you're going to take 3 to 4 giant steps back, mark your next line, do your 10 from there, and then 3 to 4 giant steps back, mark your line and throw from there. The next drill that Andy is going to demonstrate for us is another really aggressive leg drive drill. It's the younger girls tend to do a lot better with this drill. We're going to show you a leg up drill, but this is a little bit softer version of it. She's just barely going to pick her foot up off the mound, and we're just going to do a swing, swing, and kick out towards our catcher. Okay, so we're really going to show pivoting of the hips and hopefully getting a nice straight step, and it's a little bit more aggressive leg drive drill for the young girls too. Okay, so let's watch Andy do this. Okay, what you may see is that the girls don't know what to do with the legs and the arm. You want them to go at the same time. So stand there, work on getting balanced, pick the foot up off the ground, and then swing forward, back, kick out. Okay. Good, a little bit more kick forward. Good. The next drill is going to be, like I said, a little bit more aggressive version of the swing for the younger girls. It's the knee up drill, or we can call it the stork drill, arms at your side, and you're going to work a pump and then kick out towards your catcher. You can do this drill from the mound, or you can do it slightly in front of the mound. Okay, so as we're going through, like we said, routines, we start off pretty close to our catcher. We work our second drill a little further back, and you graduate back to the mound. Okay, so I really like this drill. I think it's an excellent drill to work on pivoting that back leg and work on pushing out towards your catcher. You can also do this drill with the cone. It's very effective with the cone. I'm just going to demonstrate without, but you can do it with. Good, back. A little shorter on your snap, Jenna. Good, Andy. Good, back. The next drill that we're going to do is what I call the walkthrough. Most pitchers also really like this drill. So my advice is, if you're going to pick 3 drills, I do the short drill with the snap, or the short drill with the snap and the drag, the sideways drill all the way around, leg up drill or side drive drill, whichever one you prefer, and then the walkthrough. Those are all great drills to get your pitcher warm. This walkthrough, the pitchers are slightly behind the mound. You can have your pitcher have both of her arms up, and she can step left, plant right, and pitch to the catcher. Jenna marks it off to where she's pretty much stepping right on the mound as she's coming through. So it's just a good way for them to really get their arms and legs working together. It's a great warm-up drill. Nice, Jenna. Nice back. Good. You guys look great. Good job. Good. Back. A little shorter on your snap. Jenna. A little shorter on your snap. The back leg's doing better, Becca. The next drill that Becca is going to demonstrate is a long toss drill, and some pitchers like to do this drill to warm up pregame, and some pitchers just like to do this in practice. So basically what it entails is she's going to throw 1 from the mound, then she's going to take 3 to 4 giant steps backwards, throw 1 or 2, whichever she's more comfortable. I'm telling her 1 in this demonstration. She's going to continue back until as far as she can go, and she can't hit the catcher. So you're going to notice her throws are going to get a little loftier, and she's going to try to hit her catcher without one-hopping him. Push your pitcher back as far as she can without not being able to make it to him, and have her throw 10 from that distance, and then have her come into the mound and throw 10 as hard as she possibly can. This is a good speed drill for your pitcher. It's a good lengthening drill. It's a good drill to get her to force her to use her body and her muscles more, longer stride, everything. It does a lot of really good things. So this is what we call long toss. I'm going to let Becca demonstrate a little bit of a shortened version. So she's probably going to make it all the way back to the edge of the grass, throw a few, and then she's going to come in and throw some fastballs. Good, back. So you'll notice she's doing mostly the walk-through as she's doing this. It's not a stationary drill, it's her walking through into throwing this so she can get her legs going for this. Okay, so this is kind of her final point. She's going to throw 10. I won't make her throw 10 here, but you're getting kind of the idea. Maybe scoot in a little bit because she's short having her catcher. Throw a couple more for me. There we go. Good, back. Okay, so let me reiterate. You want her to throw 10 good pitches from this distance. Okay? 10 good pitches from this distance. Really forcing her. She's doing a great job. Really nice follow through. After she's done 10, then she's going to go back to the mound and we're going to throw 10 hard. Go ahead and back. In this drill, I like the catchers to be standing up. That way the pitchers don't feel like they have to throw a strike and they're just working on hard mechanics. Okay, let's get one down to his waist. So really try to get your pitcher to throw these at waist level. She's throwing a few high because she's trying to make the adjustment on her release point. Good. The next drill that I want to demonstrate, have Andy demonstrate for you, is the speed drill. It's a great drill to work on your pitcher's speed. We have a lot of young girls who slow their arm down or push the ball or aim. This is a great drill to try to get them away from doing that. And this is something you can add in the middle of your workout or you can do it at the end of your workout, okay? So what's going to happen is we have a person off to the side. They have a bucket of balls of about 20 or 25, and she's just going to feed Andy, and Andy's going to do the walkthrough, throwing them as hard as she can, and her catcher's going to drop the ball. You can do it that way, or you can do it another way where you just have two balls, and she plays two-ball catch with her catcher. She throws one, the catcher catches it, throws back, and you can do that for time. So you can do that in a 6-minute format, a minute throwing, a minute break, a minute throwing, a minute break, a minute throwing, and you're finished. We're going to do the one where you feed the balls. I think it's a little bit more difficult, and Andy's really pumped to do this right now. So here we go. So you want to make sure your pitcher does this quickly. The whole purpose of the goal is quick, 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 quick. But you don't want her to sacrifice the mechanics as she's trying to do this drill, meaning you don't want her to, go too quickly in the beginning of her pitch or shorten up her stride or anything like that. Good. Kind of smooths out the arm and gets the whip going in her pitch, and Annie's doing a great job at this now. She's getting loose. A little bit more through with your follow through. You're lifting. You're losing speed. Here we go. There we go. Good correction. Good. How's the speed? Good, Andy. Good, good, good. Good. Keep really enforcing that your pitcher drives as close as she can to her catcher. Drive off the mound towards your catcher. Good. That was better. You're doing good. Take a breath. Good. Okay. Last one. Good. Excellent. How was that, Andy? Good. It's a good stamina drill for your pitchers as well to get them in good shape too. So you can do as many as you feel your pitcher can handle without sacrificing mechanics. So I say 20, 25 is good. The better she gets, the more you can add on. Okay, I want to go back and do some troubleshooting after we've seen Andy throw in the speed drill and just in general, and then after that I'm going to talk about the full motion and putting it all together. So if you have pitchers that do one of these three things, here are ways to fix it. One thing that you see a lot with pitchers is they don't get their arm circle in the right position, meaning you don't see them getting their arm tight by their ear, reaching tall at the top. off the ear back here and getting nice and tight by the body. If you have a pitcher who doesn't have a good arm circle, two things you can do for them. One, you can have them before they pitch in their workout, work on pointing towards their catcher and then get set, whether they're doing on the mound or doing their walkthrough, and force their arm to get back in that position. So it's just kind of a reminder, point right through the middle, get set right back through the middle, okay? Also, if they get out away from the body, which you'll see a lot, then you can have them go up against a wall and it'll force them, and you can do like the walkthrough drill or any of these short drills sideways or all the way around against the wall, and it forces them to get that arm nice and tight, okay? One of the most important components of pitching is having a nice full arm circle, not having too much bend in the elbow and not getting away from the body. That will really kill speed. So I am a stickler for having good mechanics, and I think all these little things that you work on, arm circle, wrist snap, short snap, follow through, leg drive, weight shift, using the front side for your resistance. If you really clean those up, because there's a lot of young pitchers that are sloppy in one or many of those areas, you will gain a lot of speed, along with doing some long toss and some speed drills, okay? So the other thing that you'll see a lot with young pitchers, besides having short stride and not using the legs, is they'll be bent at the waist. So one way you can work on that is with a little pole, a little wooden pole, or you can use your arm. And as the pitcher is throwing, I will demonstrate with one of our pitchers. You stand slightly in front of them on their glove arm. So if it's a righty, I'll be to the left of them. And they are going to not want to hit your hand or the pole with their forehead, and it keeps them standing up. So let me have one of the pitchers demonstrate that for you. Good. You don't have to hit her with your hand. It's just a reminder that she needs to not let her head lead in her pitch. This front toe and this front leg is what's going to lead towards the catcher, not her upper body. I want to put together the whole entire motion right now. You don't ever want to have your pitchers watch somebody on TV and try to, copy exactly what the form looks like. Each pitcher is going to show basic mechanics a little differently, so you have to be sensitive to your pitcher and really be understanding of what their bodies can and can't do. So studying them is good. Videotaping your young pitchers is very good to give you feedback and for them to visually see what it is they are doing well and not doing well, or taking pictures. So I want to talk about putting the whole mechanics together. I'm going to talk a little bit at length right now about that. We're going to talk about the pre-pitch motion, and then I'm going to show you our three pitchers and the three ways that they do that a little differently. And then we're going to talk a little bit more specifically about practice, how to motivate young pitchers and pitchers with short attention spans, which you'll see a lot in young pitchers. And then we'll finish up with the changeup. Okay, so what I want to do right now is talk about the general mechanics of pitching. When talking about putting the whole mechanics together, we're going to really put together all these drills that we've already showed you today. So here's my mound. I have my power line drawn on my mound, which I draw in practice or in the games. Okay, I want to talk about, first of all, footwork on the mound. We have our mound here. In most leagues, you have to have both your feet on the mound, so we're going to talk as if you have to do that. You want to have your feet about shoulders distance apart, and you want your pitcher to be in a nice, comfortable stance and relaxed. You don't want her feet to be too far apart or too close together. Okay, you want to have some type of a weight shift, and you want to get some momentum started with your arms. So like I said, each pitcher may look a little different as they're doing this. I'm just going to show you some general ideas, and you're going to notice with the three of the pitchers we have here, they all do something a little bit different. Okay, what I don't like to see are pitchers that are stiff or that are tight and like to come together real high and real uncomfortably. If they're going to do that, I like to see at least looseness in the arm. That's really important because looseness creates a better whip, which creates more speed in the arm and in the pitch. So we're here. As we're nice and relaxed on the mound, I like to see them, gripping their ball in the four-seam rotation, arms to the side. Sometimes the glove comes in front and the back toe is up. We're going to do some type of a weight shift. So you'd shift your weight from this front leg onto this back leg and present. In the rule book, you have to present 1 to 3 seconds as a pitcher. So you want to see some kind of presentation in the front, whether it be here, 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 as long as they're loose and relaxed in their bicep. Okay. The other thing I like to see at the beginning of the pitch is a little bit of a turn at the heel or a slide of the foot. It helps to generate some momentum as we're going into our pitch. So you might see something like this right onto the power line. From here, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can do a double arm swing, you can do a single arm swing. You may see pitchers come out and around, some come up. Really, each pitcher is different. One great fundamental technique would just be set, swing, and from here then we're going to drive our arms out. And for young girls, I say almost like Frankenstein, arms are out in front, knees up, and then we're going to pivot and get into the X position, okay? And a lot of young girls, you'll see they can't even get their gloves and their hands in this even position on this power line. So you may want them, without even throwing the ball, to just set and hold in the middle and see what they do. You want to have them up on this back toe and pivoted all the way open with their hips. Arms are even, and from this point on, we're going to snap, drag, turn, and finish in a good defensive position. So I want to demonstrate one more time from a different angle exactly what it looks like. We're going to approach the mound. We're nice and relaxed. Some pitchers like to tuck their hand behind or to the side. Weights forward. You're going to have a little bit of a swing, a weight shift, toes up. You may want to drag it over or just pivot. Then we're going to drive into this knee, arms to the side or arms equal, or whichever way you're most comfortable, as long as you're not twisting the upper body. Try to keep your shoulders towards your catcher. Then we're going to push out, arms forward, get into the X. Glove and arm with the ball even. Nice and tight snap, drag, finish. A couple things I want to talk about are breathing and some mental game things, and also how to approach the mound. Okay, you never want to take the mound until you're 100% ready to throw that pitch. I know we have a lot of young girls who have trouble focusing or they're nervous. You want to make sure you take the mound with authority, that you have control of yourself on the mound, your body, what pitch you're going to throw. You're nice and relaxed. One other thing you can do is not take the mound until you see the hitter is in the box. Okay, so you're going to wait behind the mound, see the hitter get in the box, look at the hitter in the eyes, step on the mound, take your signal, and go into your pitch, okay? If the hitter pulls out of the box, then you pull back off the mound. It's a good way for you to take kind of the mental edge over the hitter, letting them know that you'll start throwing when you're ready. And you're not going to be standing on the mound waiting for them to get in the box, okay? So that's one good mental technique. I think you should really pay attention to your young pitchers and when they're breathing and when they're taking a breath. Most pitchers I notice take a breath as they get set, exhale, they're going to present, and then you're going to see them take another breath here into their pitch, and a lot of times then you'll see their exhale come at the end in form of a grunt sometimes, and it's okay to grunt. You should tell your young pitchers some kind of a noise or an exhale or a grunt is a good way to exhale the air in their pitch, okay? One more thing I want to talk about too is a little bit of a wrist bend at the beginning of their pitch, and you can work this into any of their drills. But as they're set and when they go back into their motion, you're going to notice that they're going to have a little bit of a bend in their wrist, or you should watch to make sure they have a little bit of the bend, and it's kind of bending inwards. So as they come out, they're going to look like they're shaking hands with their catcher, and they have a little bit of a bend. So at the top we see rotation into full open snap, so we can get a good full snap here at the bottom. Okay, so watch your pitchers and see if they have a little bit of a bend here at the back, out, snap open, boom, snap at the bottom. So just as we spoke about the general mechanics of pitching, I really wanted you to get a chance to see 3 different pitchers, 3 different ages, throwing, and the 3 different pre-pitch motions and what it looks like when they put it all together. There you go, Jenna. Good, Andy. There you go, back. Yeah, back. Excellent. Good. The next thing we're going to do, I think, is a great tool. I actually learned about this from one of my pitchers here at Cal State Fullerton. Her and her father do this drill. They use it. It's a set type drill, and it's really good for young pitchers, especially pitchers who have trouble with short attention spans, which I'm sure some of you guys have run into before. So we call it a set. And our pitchers, now that they're loose, they've gone through their drills, they're going to work pitches on the inside of the plate and on the outside of the plate. And at the younger levels, if you can hit your spots and work different sides of the plate, I think you're just as effective as the older girls are with moving pitches. So what we're going to do is a time set. They're going to work inside, outside, inside, outside. You can do it with one correction pitch, meaning if they miss on the in, they can do a second one. We're not going to do that here. We're just going to go in. If you miss it, go out. In, out, really focusing on hitting balls on both sides of the plate. So I'll say go. We'll do it for 3 minutes, and then we're going to stop, okay? So here we go. You ready? Go. Okay, and right here you really want to make sure your catcher's set up well on the inside of the plate and well on the outside of the plate, and give a good low target. And you want your pitchers to throw a hard fastball to the knees of your catcher. Now, when you're telling your pitchers to throw inside or outside pitches, their power lines are going to set more to the one side of the plate and more to the other. So you can draw a line that goes in a little bit and out a little bit. So your pitcher's mechanics will stay the same. The only thing that changes when they're throwing to the corner of the plate is the direction of their body. So their step's going to be slightly out for an outside pitch or slightly in for an inside pitch. Good. That's a good target, Frank. There we go. Okay, you don't want your pitchers trying to throw across their body for an outside pitch. You want them to set with their toe outside and keep their arm nice and tight. Boom, throwing to the outside. Same for the inside. And you really want the perfect pitch on these pitches. Good, back. Get your snap. Watch your elbow, Andy. Get your snap down here. Good on the end. Okay, time. So what this does by doing the set is you get them focused on exactly what it is you want them to do. Inside pitches, outside pitches, inside pitches, outside pitches. And then you let them release, meaning you call time and you let them kind of laugh, giggle, whatever, talk, get a drink of water, and you can come back and let them do it again. You can do it 2 or 3 times. And you can also do it a little bit differently, and you can do throwing to hitters. Have a simulated hitter up there, do a count. Throw to 3 hitters, throw an inning. Don't check the time, just force them to get the 3 hitters. If they walk one, say there's a runner on first base, have them work on actually catching the ball and turning towards the runner that's going towards first base to keep an eye on her, making sure they're not turning the wrong way, and do something very more simulated in a game type situation in their workouts also. And so you can do innings, and that would be just getting through the inning, and there's no set time. So you can do it a couple different ways that help them to focus as you're in your practice and keep it a little creative. As you guys are watching our girls warm up the change-up, that'll be the last thing we're going to talk about. And I think a lot of young girls, once they get their basic fundamentals down and they can throw a good hard fastball and hit spots with it, then they're going to start working on the change-up. So I thought I'd touch on some real easy change-up stuff for you to go over. But as you're watching them warm up and do a short drill with the change-up, I want to talk about a few things that are important that you need to hear on this videotape. One is making sure you watch your pitcher getting into a good fielding position when they're done throwing. Do not sacrifice the pitch to get into the fielding position, but make sure that they're working on getting into a good fielding position. So the best way to do that is by actually having them pitch and you hit ground balls to them. And so you should also remember your pitchers are fielders and they need to know how to take ground balls and throw to first base and all the other bases. Also, here's a good example of how to set up a practice for your pitcher. First, they would do the drills that I showed you with the weighted ball and then without. Then they would work their fastball. They would work their fastball hitting spots. They can throw counts or do the sets like we talked about. They can actually have a hitter stand in with a helmet, and you can work on your changeup or any other pitches that you're beginning to learn as a young pitcher. Okay. And one more thing I want to talk about is some of the most commonly asked questions that I am asked as far as pitching is concerned. One of them is, how do I increase my pitcher's speed? Like we talked about, good mechanics will increase your pitcher's speed. Increased leg drive will increase your pitcher's speed. Good arm speed will increase it. Throw from distance, doing the speed drills, increasing the wrist snap of the weighted ball, and increasing your pitcher's strength. Also doing cross training with running or stadiums, stuff like that will increase your pitcher's speed or plyometrics. When it comes to accuracy versus speed at a young age, if they have good mechanics and you work a good hard throw, their accuracy should be there. I think a lot of young coaches, or coaches of young girls I should say, try to have the girls slow down and throw strikes, and it's better to have them just work throwing hard and good mechanics, because the slowing down forces them to lose their release point. So I want to talk about the changeup for the younger girl. It's an easy grip. The grip would be just like your fastball on the C, the 4 seam. I like to spread maybe my pointer finger and my pinky out a little bit more, thumbs on the bottom, okay? And basically the mechanics of this are come around like a fastball, coming around like a fastball. As we're at the back, we're going to sink our thumb down. We're going to bend our elbow a little bit to where we're getting the back of the hand in here, and then we're going to snap around and down almost like a drop curve. Okay, so here to here, here to here. A lot of young girls learn the back flip. Sometimes it's a difficult pitch for girls to learn where you're just flipping here, and a lot of times it goes high. So basically we just bend the elbow, tuck the hand, and then back of the hand around and down into your thigh. So some of my pitchers are going to demonstrate that. Short with a drill. Becca's a great one as an example. She's doing a really nice job of throwing this, and then we'll have them mix it with their fastball to show you. Okay, as you'll notice, she has a drag. She's going to snap around her hip, drag, and then the right hip is going to come through to follow. Okay, and what is great about this pitch is you throw it hard and it's hidden very, very well, and a lot of times it drops and curves at the same time. Okay, why don't we come back to our mounds and then throw some mixed in with our fastball. So 2 changes and a fastball. Okay, so over here demonstrating is Becca. What she's doing right now is mixing her fastball and her changeup. She's throwing a fastball and 2 changes. So you'll see a fastball, she'll probably work on hitting a spot, whether it be low in or low out, and then she's going to show us what the changeup looks like. Okay, you're doing good. Make sure you're coming around and down into this thigh. Oops, don't lean forward as you're doing this. Stand up tall. Think fast and all the way around. Nice pitch. Okay, it's hanging high because you're coming straight out. Try to come around on it tighter, okay? And a lot of times the rotation you're going to see is a little bit of more of a sideways rotation, and it's rotating back towards your pitcher, okay? Pull it down and to the left a little bit more. Okay. You can tell your young pitchers as they're starting to throw their changeup, really, like I said, most important thing is that they're throwing it and hiding it from their fastball or in their fastball, so it doesn't look like they're slowing up as they're coming through their hip. And they may just, it may be better to just tell them, you know, you don't need to throw it for a perfect strike at the very beginning. Just throw it to sell it and get more comfortable with it, because a lot of times it makes your fastball look faster, and it's harder to hit your fastball in and out when you just mix it up with a changeup. So At the beginning, just have them throw it to feel the pitch, and as you get a little better, you're going to start to try to get it on the inside or the outside of the plate and bring it up a little bit more. So change-ups in the dirt early are okay, as long as they're not right out of the hand in the dirt, and as long as she's selling them pretty good out of her hip. Okay, 2 more change-ups from Becca. Okay, Becca's hanging on to it a little bit long and letting it come out here. We want to pull it down and around through to our left leg a little bit better. There we go. The 4 of us wanted to say thank you for watching our video. Hopefully the techniques you learned today will help you in your pitching and working with the young athletes. And we wanted to say one more thing before we go. 1, 2, 3. Time Pride!